Let's see here. We're still loading. Hey, Going Green. I'm just sharing out 1 sec. And we don't need to hear my voice. Where am I sharing? I'm happy you got the notification. You know, I haven't been going live, and so, you know, I was surprised that I even had a person on there because it's been such a long time. How are you? Actually, let me text someone and we will get, and then we will get on with it. I'm going to be using some new, well, there's a lot of new cards, but this is pretty new. I just got it the other day. And I really like them. This is the Mystic Martian Oracle. I absolutely love them. This is another new deck, the Fauna Bells. This is like Shaman's Oracle, plenty of new decks. Oh, you were sharing? Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you for sharing me out. I really appreciate that, you know. And let's see who joins. Who's meant to be here will be here. So let's just draw some cards. We'll see where Spirit takes me. So let's see. I'm going to pull one of these Mystic Martian cards for you. Uncertainty, distrust, and guided. I will stick with that uncertainty because I feel like that's the emotion that my guides are giving me with you. Manifesting multidimensional perception attunement. Yeah. For me, I'm getting maybe what path for you to take. There's some uncertainties going on, some decisions that needs to be made. I'm also getting a headache with this, so I don't know if okay, good. Let's talk about spirituality here for a minute, because I think this is what's going on with you. This is what they want to focus on, because we have the uncertainty and then we have manifesting multidimensional perception. So are you trying something new spiritually? Definitely a lot of uncertainties right now. Yeah, because that's the word they want me to focus on. And I'm focusing on these bubbles, which mean there's choices and decisions that need to be made. So that's what I'm focusing on. That's what's drawing my eye here. And a lot of this has to do with having faith, right? Because I'm not focusing on these. I'm not focusing on what's in the basket or what's in the bag already. I'm focusing on what's out there. Let's draw some tarot. Right. Well, see the Hierophant card here. We have the Devil. That's our uncertainty. That's our anxieties at play here. I feel like stuff still needs some thought here with the Four of Swords and that, and you know, the hearts here. This nesting period, this could have to do with the home. But definitely more time is needed, more rest is needed, and contemplation. I feel like you do feel like your hands are tied. That's why we have the uncertainty going on. Yeah, here's the anxiety card, not surprised. Not surprised. And you know, we do have a money card here, so this could be in relation to finances and you trying to, you know, get your house in order, because that's what the Queen of Pentacles is. She's like the ultimate mother, caregiver, someone who tries to take care of everyone, and just trying to have faith. That's hard. Okay, well, this is why the Hierophant card is there, and this is why we have uncertainty. um you do have faith, but what do you have faith in? I don't want to say necessarily trying something new, but this is maybe what's guiding us into maybe looking at faith differently, because we do have the Hierophant card, which is learning, right? And in the traditional Hierophant, it's like the Pope figure. It could be walking away or moving away from something that we've always done and maybe trying something new in terms of our faith. Maybe that'll be the catalyst. That Devil card definitely is someone who's struggling. So what is the devil in the room? Yeah. See, choices. Queen of Swords. I think you do have choices. I think faith, I mean, faith is hard. It's hard for me too. And because I was born and raised a Catholic, I'm also Hispanic, so we bring in the African traditions in my world. Um, for a while I was very Catholic, right? And I still consider myself a Catholic, but then I started to look into my ancestry for ancestral help in terms of trying to figure it out. And what's interesting is because I'm part African, I'm part Native, and I'm part Spanish Portuguese with North African. This is how Caribbean people are, very mixed. And I find that in studying different aspects of my lineage, there is a common thread or theme. And I don't think it's separate from Christianity. I think it all goes together, right? So if we look at Catholicism and the veneration of saints, and we look at these other religions, right? So Mother Earth is the ultimate, and then we believe in the Native tradition. You know, each aspect has a guard or guardian. It's not very different from the African religion. A lot of people think that the African religion doesn't have a god. They do have a god, and they do have other smaller gods underneath the main god. So it kind of all ties together. And this is a long way for me to tell you what they want you to do is to look at faith differently, right? I think we need to take a different approach to faith, because maybe what you have been doing is not working. And this is why they're pointing out these choices, right? Especially in this manifesting card. They want you to figure out what this devil is. What's the one thing that keeps pulling you back from having that faith? Faith is very hard. I lost a lot of faith when I lost my mother. So I totally get it. And that was many, many moons ago. We do have temperance, which means the emotional balance. And I think that faith is going to bring you that balance. But then again, it's hard. If it was easy, we wouldn't have people losing faith. I'm drawn to local tribe really strongly for a while, but since I got COVID in October, that draw is mostly completely gone. Right. I would retouch on that. You know, I would retouch on that. I think that in terms of the global awakening and the oneness of the internet, we're finding out about different cultures more easily. And when something is called to us, we may have an ancestral tie to that. You may have a guide that is guiding you towards that. Because you mentioned the illness, I'm going to bring that in as the devil card. And let's just play devil's advocate for a second. You know, I don't believe in coincidences. And sometimes when we're on the brink of a spiritual breakthrough, we have the devil come, right? And he comes in all shapes and sizes. He can come in alcohol, he can come in illness, He can come in a person, and that's all to keep us away from our proper path. So playing the devil's advocate, right? Let's say you got COVID and it drew you away from that tribe. You just said that yourself. Maybe it's time to revisit that, right? Maybe it's time to revisit that because you did feel a strong pull, and here comes the devil and knocks you off a little bit. So let's keep a open perspective, and I would go back. I would go back and explore. Right. And we all should be eclectic because every tradition has a commonality, and there's something we can learn from all of it, right? You know, that's the problem with people who are one-minded, right? That one-mindedness is what gets society into trouble because they don't leave an opening for others. Hey, Ava. Yeah, I would retouch on that because you know, it's interesting you said what you said and the cards came out the way they came out, because it's always when we're about to have some breakthrough, there's drama, right? I'm going through something similar, so I'll share. So I have other gifts, right? Some are stronger than others, and others awaken and become stronger. So I my clairaudience is getting stronger, where I can actually, instead of my guides putting words in my mind, because that's how we communicate, I'm actually hearing them, like hearing voices. That sounds strange for me to admit on the internet, but that's just the truth, right? But I'm having some personal issues go on, and I'm not focusing on growing that gift, right? And I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that's by design. Hey, Ava. There's only really 3 of us because I'm locked in twice. And if you like a card, just let me know. Ava, I'm sure you like a card because I've read for you before. So I'm using this new deck. This is Mystic Martian. And I know you like cards, Ava. Actually, I think we both like cards. Mystery, reading between the lines, and intuition, because you are very intuitive. And so, you know, I think this is an issue for you. I think you can read between the lines. You don't always like the truth, though. So make sure that you're reading between the lines, understanding the truth, and accepting it, right? Yeah, I lost a familiar, and there's, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Right. It's listening to your intuition, Ava, because you can read between the lines. You do it for other people, apply it for yourself, right? Because, you know, there's always this war, and I even feel it now tapping into your energy between your head and your heart, your head and your heart, your head and your heart. And, you know, you're letting your heart guide you and not bringing in the logic, and you really need to be in balance with both. You know, you are resilient. You're bold and full of sass. This is your card. You know, have faith in yourself, right? Because this is you. So have faith in yourself. Let's draw a final card here. And this makes sense. So all this centers around your love life, right? And what's going on with you emotionally. So, you know, trust your instincts. Be bold and sassy, be you, and, you know, figure out your relationship status. Ava, this a couple of us. I'm gonna give you some cards. Hold on one second. I'm just gonna pull out a different deck. Lots of new decks. This deck I adore. This is the Fyodor Pavlov Tarot. It's going to be on US Games, I think, in February, March. This is part of his Kickstarter, whatever he had left over. If you follow his page, he tells you when he's going to drop them on Etsy. Yeah, so hold on, Ava. Let's give you some tarot cards. It took years for me not to feel crazy, but I know that's pretty. Yeah, you know, the clarity in which I can hear now is kind of interesting. You know what? I think I'm obsessed with decks, and that's why I'm always guided to some eclectic decks here. But look at this. Ava, I like this card. So something is definitely speeding up for you. This is what I feel you don't do. Okay, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. This Hermit card, I feel there's something you don't do. You know you need to go within, you need to heal, and you just can't be alone, leave it alone. And this is something you need to do. You need to heal from inside. You need to be that hermit. Something is coming about here because we have this Five of Swords. So this is angst, right? Yeah, this is like a tough cycle. This is arguments, angst, not being on the same page. You know, you know what it is. We also have the Queen of Wands, and this is the choice you need to make, right? The Queen of Wands is in her power, right? All kings, queens are in their power. They're in their passions. When you turn that passion within and you go into hermit mode, you're only going to make yourself more stronger. When you keep allowing people in who try to defeat your purpose, this is where you run into trouble. Right. It has to do with your passions, right? Somebody who, you know, with pages are immature. They're just learning. It's that immature stage that we need to focus on. And here you have another card, the Hangman, looking at things from a different perspective. But yeah, we have to deal with immature figures here. You know, someone who brings out the harshness in you, I want to say, because you need to focus on yourself, and you're going to keep being in the cycle if you don't do the work. Yeah. There is a possibility for a Knight of Swords here, but if you keep playing around with immature people, you're going to be stuck with those pages when you should be with a Knight, someone who's about their business. Let's see. Is there anyone else here that I missed? No, right? Because there's still 4 of us. I wonder who the other person is. Somebody's just listening, but don't be shy. Yeah. Don't be shy. Hey, Jason. Let's see. Yeah. So Jason's still trying to figure things out in what direction you need to go to. You're also having issues with your faith and your path. I feel like you were chasing that spiritual path that night, but then, you know, something came about that led us into wanting to retreat, wanting to, yeah, just to not, I hate to say this, but I'm getting a little bit of depression here. And what I was going to say is not wanting to go on, right? Or not figuring out how to go on. You're still on your grind in terms of what you want to do with your life, in terms of your finances. And you got that Chariot card. Something's going to pick up here. We got this 10 of Wands, and it's a card of burden. What do you feel is your biggest burden? And maybe that's what you need to release. You know, there's some issues here with emotion, right? Because normally Queen of Cups are in charge of their emotion. But because they're having me focus on this pregnancy of this Queen of Cups, You know, with pregnancy, emotions are high, and pregnant people are not always logical in what they want, you know, also guided by a lot of emotion. And I feel like you need to figure that out, you know, to get to where you're going. You know, ultimately you want to figure it out. There's huge delays here. You know, that's what I'm just picking up. Like, it's stalled, it's delayed. You need to figure out how to move forward. You don't know what direction you want to go into. And I just feel chaotic. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Pregnancy brain is definitely a thing. Right. A lot of men don't get that emotion or figure that out about pregnancy brain. Jason, I want to pull some of these Martian cards for you. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've been pregnant, but yes, pregnancy brain is real. Okay, Jason, let's get some of these Martian cards for you. These cards are very interesting. Your youngest is 15. I only have, well, I raised 3 kids. 2 are my nieces. I helped my sister raise them. So one is 31, 30, and my daughter who's 22. All right. Mystery, reading between the lines. It's interesting, Ava got that too. So like a lot of misreading, right? Not following our intuition and fighting against it. You can only fight against it so long. This is a hamster wheel that we stay on. When we resist, right? Reflection, that's what I am focusing on. There's other keywords here: kindness and compassion, which, you know, I think you embody all of that just from, you know, your regular, I've read for you before, I've spoken to you before. You are very kind, you're very compassionate, we know this. Lots of reflections still going on, but it's almost, you're stuck there, right? We need to have movement or else you're going to drown. And that's the feeling I feel stifled. I feel like I'm drowning, right? At the bottom, you have the tall whites, which uncertainty, and we're going to go there, right? There's a lot of uncertainties in life. Just follow your intuition. Because everyone here has their gifts. I like that I attract people who have gifts, and we're all just figuring it out. And it's funny how we can use our intuition for other people, but when it comes to ourselves, we're like, la, 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 instead of trusting, right? I've come into a point of pure trust. I trust everything I'm being given without question, especially for myself now, because I've been guided on such a path. And this began 2.5, 3 years ago, that there is no way if I didn't trust that instinct, I would be in the position I am now, right? I have a great job. You know, life has its ups and downs, but at the core of me, I'm happy, right? It took destruction. It took my tower moment to get me to the point of happiness, to push me where I am now. And I am eternally grateful. Right. You hear better for other people because, you know, it's not, there's, that emotional aspect is not there. When you hear for yourself, then the doubt comes in, then the past comes in, and then other people's comments or other people's, I want to say other people's abuses on us, because everyone here is spiritual. Everyone here has been abused in some type of way, emotionally, physically, sexually. We all have that path. And it's hard to mute our abusers, even though we've moved on and, you know, life goes on. We still have that piece of us that was, you know, that was taken. And all of us with our spiritual gifts, that's the way of God giving us our power back. But it takes that pure faith to accept it, right? You feel like you're having a tower moment. That's why I was saying I just feel chaotic, right? It was all the suits, especially those swords. Swords are of the mind, right? So, you just can't read cards. You have to bring in the element. You have to bring in where it falls in terms of your body. When you're reading. Then I have to tap into just me feeling chaos and understanding that that's not me. That's what I'm picking up from you. Yeah, but your tower moment is taking you to a dark place, and this is where I was going with that reading. I don't always like to talk about things like that, but it's the dark is what I'm concerned about, right? Just don't stay there. You're human. We all do it. You can't stay in the dark too long, because then it'll eat you alive and you'll fall into terrible habits. I'm trying to see. I thought I tagged somebody to tell them I was going live, because she missed me the first time also. I'm trying to see if Nora hops on. Does anyone have any questions? I mean, since it's so few of us and I'm not in a rush. Well, the number just jumped. If you're watching and like a reading, just I'm glad you got me. I know you would. I knew you would get me. I'm not charging for this reading, for whoever just jumped on. If you like the reading, just let me know. Does anyone have any questions? Any other cards I can draw from? Let's put all the new decks on the table. Ooh, relationship. Sure, hold on. Switching decks. Oh, I'll show you guys a really cool deck. You've probably seen it already, though. Relationship. Yeah, well. Yes, I do see a relationship. It's going to be possibly with someone who is just moving to your area. I don't feel like they're from your area, but they're going to... I don't know if you've met this person, but it's someone new to the area is what they're telling me here. The warning is that because, right, because you've had your last relationship wasn't the best, right? There's always that warning of not bringing it towards who may come into your life. So that's always going to come up as a warning. I always get it as cards that when we talk about relationships, that 9 shows up every time. The thing is that it's going to come. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be someone who is going green. Let me just ask you this, because this is going to get very detailed, and I don't know if you're in a relationship or what have you. But the warning is here, right? It's going to be someone unexpected. It's going to be someone who's not from your local area. Someone who's, I don't want to say foreign, but that's the only way I can say. Someone who's foreign to your lands. Don't tell people about it. Keep it to your chest, because I feel that not everyone's going to wish you well, and I'll keep that like that. But it's definitely someone who's going to be very passionate. It may be a fire sign because we have the Leo and we have the Leo here. Someone very passionate like Leo or, you know, another fire sign. But it's going to be someone who is, it's going to be good for you emotionally. Right. And when I see the star card here, I mean, it's just everything you wish for, everything you hope for. Yeah. And the Page of Pentacles on the bottom, I feel like this has to represent you, right? We want to stay grounded and rooted. We want to stay balanced in our faith. And I think for you, that's going to help you when you feel more confident is what I want to say, because I think confidence may be an issue as well. That's what I'm getting here. If you're seeking a new relationship, I mean, yeah, there's a relationship coming. This is unexpected. If you're currently in a relationship, I don't want to continue with this reading because this is new. This is new. Confidence is definitely an issue. Right. So you need to be in your confidence. You need to get grounded. And this could also be indicative of that card here, that Nine of Wands. But this card tells me that person is not from where you're from. Something different. Okay, good. Yeah. It could be someone just so out of the box normally from you, for you, that this is why this card is here. It's just different, and different is going to be good. Anyone else have any questions? Yeah. You know, Jason, what's that saying? Fake it till you make it. You know, a lot of people think it's dorky, but to say one positive thing about yourself, when you're having those dark thoughts, say one positive thing about yourself and just make that a mantra until you start chasing that away. You know, I do that. When I have the dark creep in, I always put either something light on, something that makes me laugh, or, you know, I pray the Lord's Prayer, or I focus on a one positive thing and just keep saying it over and over, repetitively, like a meditation. Oh, let me show you this deck. So I'm sure you guys have heard about it. This True Black, this artist, I have never seen anything like it. Okay, that's just a blank card. But just real quick, we'll do some cards. I mean, the beauty of this deck. It's called the True Black Tarot. I have never seen anything like it. It's super thick, all right? So I have to shuffle in pieces, but oh my God. Stay open to different, because it's gonna be something. Oh, look at this. This deck is amazing. Okay, I'll try to stay open to something different with the stuff going on. Otherwise, that hasn't gotten scarier rather than something to be curious about lately. Okay. Don't you just love it? I mean, this, I can't see. So let's look up the, I think it's Arthur Wang. Where's the little synopsis here? Yeah, I still don't wear my glasses, even though I should, guys. So I'll post it if you guys are really looking for it. But look up the True Black Tarot. It's very popular. Yeah, these cards are just, and just the black on black theme. Ugh, I'm sick just looking at it. No, it's the standard deck, but the card stock is just, it's really thick. Like, these things don't bend, and they edge them themselves. So, you know, I guess they get them printed, and they edge and color some of the cards themselves. It's something crazy. But you see the thickness. It's a, look, this is the Ethereal Visions deck, and this is the True Black. I mean, there is a definite difference, but it's worth it because they are just some gorgeous, gorgeous cards. Oh, wait. Let's do another, let's whip out another new deck. Hold on. So you know the Moonology cards. This is the new Moonology, right? So Yasmin Boland, this is her newest Moonology creation. So who's still here? Whoever's here, I'll draw a card for you. Right? It's Metallica's album. But those cards, the depictions, and the way he plays the dark with the light and the colors is just, whew. Like I said, I feel sick just holding them. Like, it's just, the beauty is just sickening. So Going Green, I know you're still here. I don't know if anyone else is still here. Step into your power, first quarter moon in Aries. Don't you read Aries? Step into your power and lighten up. Last quarter moon in Leo and first quarter moon in Aries. These are two dueling sides of you. So when I see cards like this, these are two aspects of your personality, right? So I think there's certain things you do need to lighten up about it, right? And then there's certain aspects where you need to step into your power. So here you are. You need to step into your power and understand your gifts and use them, right? And then you also need to lighten up. I think in certain areas you're too serious, and this is where that card comes to play. You know who you are, right? I don't know you personally. I would love to know you personally, but I've only met you over the internet. And stepping into your power is just in your confidence, right? Getting into your confidence, because you are the woman. There's no other way to say it. That's the way it goes. At the bottom of the deck, I like this. This first quarter moon in Virgo, assess the situation. And I think this is very situational for you. Like, I was trying to say that, but it didn't come out as eloquently as this card came out. Right? Lighten up in certain areas and then come into your power when you need to be in your power. I don't think there's anyone else watching. The chat seems to have gone, the chat has gone quiet. I couldn't get that out. So I'm gonna go finish making my soup for the day. But thank you guys. I hope to, you know, my schedule is crazy. My work schedule is literally crazy. I don't get home to 8, 9 o'clock at night most days. And I'm exhausted to go live during that time. I mostly just do the daily reads. Even tonight, I'm going to drop the weekly readings. And this is why I've been dropping them elementally, because it's better time management for me. But I actually think I might do the 12, like a shortened version of the 12 zodiac signs separately. And I'm actually recording that tonight, and I hope to post them tonight. If not, they'll be posted first thing in the morning. But no, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I am making cabbage soup because I want to be 20 pounds lighter by the new year. I want to start 2022 on a healthier path and hopefully off my high blood pressure medication. So I am doing different soups for the week. So cabbage soup will be for the week. And then next week, I'm thinking about doing something different, chickpea soup for next week. And that's basically what I'll eat for the whole week, is the soup. So it's a giant pot of soup. But anyway, thank you for joining me, and I'll talk to you guys soon. If I have time later, I might jump on live because I'm alone. Not really, but my husband's asleep, so I'll try to jump on again. Thank you. Mom used to make that. I hope you can achieve your health goals. I will achieve it. I don't have a choice. They told me I have to do it, so spiritually. So I follow exactly what they say. Thank you. Bye.